It's Lamar Odom, and this is Off the Record with Tim and MB.
What's going on, everybody? This is Tim.
And this is MB.
And this is Off the Record, a show where we have conversations with dope people from all parts of the culture. It hopes to bring you plenty game and more insight.
And today, we have a very, very special guest. We have an NBA legend. We have, we have a Lakers legend. We have a New York City basketball legend. We have a New York Times bestseller. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to welcome the great Lamar Odom to Off the Record. Lamar, how you doing today?
I'm good, brother. It's a good day to be alive, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alternative.
Absolutely.
Healthy. I'm sober, and I'm present. So,
amen.
Man, we appreciate you joining us, man. Like I said, we can't thank you enough. And we wanted to start off with, a lot. Our audience knows you. We know you very well, but when you're meeting someone for the first time, how do you describe who you are just personally? What do you say to them? Like, I'm Lamar, how do you describe yourself personally?
Well, I'm Lamar Odom is my name, Lamar Joseph Odom. I'm from Queens, New York, 41 years old. And I think I'm put on this world to make a difference. Not just through basketball.
Right.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Just through life experiences and sharing.
So Lamar, we like to talk about ventures that our guests embark on outside of the career that they're known for. And obviously, initially the public recognized you as being a great basketball player. But have you got involved in a business venture that brought you the same passion as basketball or close to it?
Well, one of them, I wasn't even really planning on being in it or being a part of it. I think when I was shooting my reality TV show on my ex-wife, I really enjoyed that. I think my play showed that, because in the year that I shot the Chloe and Lamar series, I won 6th Man of the Year. So but things like that, you never know what's going to come your way. But when it came to that, I kind of got the advice from my late brother, Kobe Bryant. He just said, if you're going to do it, just be great at it. And the show was success. And I'm just trying to approach life and everything that I do with that same Mamba mentality.
Yes, sir.
That he was able to sprinkle off for me.
Was it hard to balance around that time too? Like, what adjustments did you have to make to be able to balance those and still be professional at your career and at a high level?
Well, I think the way I was brought up and raised kind of hold me from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New York. Kind of been in the spotlight because of basketball since about 15, 16 years old. So I think the way I was kind of brought up, while I was able to kind of navigate and cross over into that world.
Yeah, and just to kind of still stay on that. So for the young athletes who may watch this, who do have aspirations of becoming a pro, is there a cap on the amount of endorsements and sponsorships that they should take so that they can still stay focused on their career as an athlete?
I think once you make your mind up that you want to be a professional athlete, of course that's a hard road to navigate, and everything that comes to you because of the hard work you put in is just a blessing. I don't think you should ever put a cap on that.
Yeah,
because we all realize that when it comes to monetary, especially for an athlete, it's never enough. You can never make enough.
Yeah,
your last play could be your last play.
Yeah. Okay. But as far as like time and everything, so do you think that sometimes athletes...
Well, to be an athlete, to be great, you're going to have to put in the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Even away from the game, to hone your skills. You have to put in your time. To be a professional athlete, to be a serious one, you should be the first one there, last one to leave.
Right. Is it a little tougher today with like the social media that like these kids' works are getting, critiqued or praised obviously so quickly too with how these kids are online, and you can see their game.
But that's just the evolution of the game, right? Because think about it, the pay is going up,
right?
So the exposure is going up. It's all the same, all the same.
So Lamar, so we've all had our ups and downs in life. You're a public figure, so some of your ups and downs have been publicized. How were you able to bounce back from the lowest moments in your life?
Oh man, family. The backwards. Family.
What did that?
That'll be a punch in.
So they're laughing at the family. God, and with me, with using drugs or what have you, it's like shame, because like you live in shame, and I think once you come up out of that shame and you're able to present yourself to the world who you really are, then you'll be all right.
Yeah.
But for me, it was shame. You're high and you want to always do drugs. You're hiding from the people that love you, that do drugs, especially the people that don't do drugs.
So you're saying that was basically the shame that you felt that kind of helped push you out of that dark place?
Yeah. Getting out of the shame. Once you get out of the shame is, I think, when you can come up out of the dark place.
Yeah.
What I'm saying. Shame holds us down, it confines us. You know what I mean?
And then the support of the family too around you, regardless of kind of where you're at, being able to support you through these tough times. I mean, I'm sure played a major part, especially friends too.
Yeah. Your true friends.
Yeah.
And you connecting with your higher power, right? Whoever your higher power is.
Yeah.
I think is really, really, really important to get, because you have to submit. You have to submit to being an addict or having a serious problem.
Right.
If you don't do that, and if you don't seek the help on yourself, you probably never heal.
Yeah, that takes a lot of mental discipline too, because if you are feeling that type of shame, you can either go the wrong way. You can either fall deeper and deeper and deeper, and then it's harder and harder to get yourself out of that place. So
I think that's what happens to a lot of people. I think that's what even happened to one of my best friends in the world. His name was Jamie Singletary.
Okay.
And I don't think he could ever get up out of that shameful place, and then wanted to take his life.
Wow. Rest in peace. That's heavy. So Lamar, when you first came into the type of money that you were blessed to come into, what's something that you wish you would have known back then as far as how to handle that type of wealth, being a young man from your community, from your neighborhood, that's just finally coming into that? Like, what's something that you wish that you would have known back then?
Honestly, that it can run out.
It's important, right?
That it can run out. That you're going to be playing, you're going to be not playing a lot longer than you're going to be playing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I would have kept that mentality, I think it would have helped me a lot more financially.
Yeah.
Did you try to tell, you try to get that through to these young guys too, that it's like, this is not forever. And the average NBA lifespan, for a lot of these guys is so short.
I mean, it's just so hard to get through to a lot of them, because a lot of them spoil you, right? Because of what they see.
Right.
And just even think about the representations off the court. Shaq, Kobe, you know what I'm saying? All these guys. And then you got James Harden, $200 million, shit like that.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it's hard for these guys to see and to be able to judge where they're at. Actually on the scale of success, to keep it real with themselves. And I think once you kind of can keep it real with yourself, you will realize what's important for yourself. It's
right.
Important.
And on another thing too, these kids, they're worship now in middle school, right?
Yeah.
So they're taught this at such a young age of all the attention and everything's just going to be there.
If right now, if I tell you that you're the man, from the time you're 10 years old to the time you get to high school, you probably start believing it.
Right. Exactly. But there's other sides to that too, because I always felt that kids should play organized sports at some point, because it teaches you a lot of great things such as discipline, teamwork, strategy, et cetera. Lamar, what has the game of basketball taught you?
Oh man. Of course, teamwork. Of course, patience, and really how to put the past behind you and leave it there.
How to put the past behind you?
Yeah, because in basketball, there's so many plays within the game.
Okay, right. Yeah.
So you can have 4 bad plays in a row. To be able to make your 6th play a good play, you're going to have to be able to put that those 4 or 5 previous possessions behind you. And I think for a lot of us, it's easier said than done. I think it's harder for a lot of us to live our lives like that. It's easier for us to get stuck in the rut.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Not being able to see our way out of it. But nothing lasts forever.
In a short-term memory. That's what it is. Something
short-term memory for some of us is good to have. It's good to have.
Really yeah. Have you brought that over into business too, post basketball?
Yeah. I think so. And you got to be able to live with your mistakes.
Yeah.
Right. If I blow whatever $10,000 deal, whatever $10 million deal, I'm not gonna go blow my head off.
On to the next play. So Lamar, what's the biggest difference between being a full-time pro athlete and being full-time in the business and corporate world?
I would say nothing, man. Like once you understand, especially like the streets, right? The streets in corporate America, I think they run parallel.
Yeah.
Like same rules apply.
Yeah. Okay.
Same rules apply.
So Lamar, you were, a pioneer of today's game as far as being a big man who can like shoot the 3 and who can handle the rock and bring the ball up court. In today's game, that almost seems like a requirement for today's big man to be able to shoot and dribble and do everything. How did you develop that type of game? And do you feel that you get the type of praise that you deserve credit?
Right.
Yeah, for that.
Probably not, but I think it's how I hone my game and how I grew up playing. Like when I first came into the league, I always considered myself like a 6'9" Kenny Anderson.
Yeah.
Right.
Really, and I don't know if that's because we're both from Queens.
Yeah.
That's because his mentor was a mentor to me growing up.
Okay.
Or just because how I was brought up playing the game. I was always tall for my age, but I was real slim, real skinny. Never was stronger than anybody. Never was the most strongest. Never was the fastest. So I always had to use my ball handling ability to get past or get where I wanted to go. And then I always kind of seen the game through a point guard's eyes. So as I grew, gradually kept growing, I always still kind of kept my point guard mentality. Even when I was the best scorer on the team, I always tried to utilize and empower my teammates through passing the ball or just through verbally conversation. Always was a good. When I played football, I was a quarterback.
Oh, nice.
So I always led my team. Always was on any team I was on.
You were always comfortable having it run through you.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
You always had a nice handle because I remember this clip, and I forget which league or if it was like a celebrity game or something like that. But you did this crazy Shazam.
Damn go. I threw between the legs.
Yeah. And then man, then everybody went crazy and shit. Because I think who was there? I think Braun was there.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Actually, I was playing for Hova's for his team in the Rucker.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And it had rain that day, so when it rains, they take it to Gaucho's gym.
Oh, was that the same day where y'all was supposed to play Fat Joe's team? And then,
no, that was different.
Okay. Were you on that squad though?
That was a different day. I was on that squad. I was on team.
Dang, that was because that was like the shit that started the little tension between Fat Joe and Jay-Z. It was over I think it was over just like the Rucker Park, and y'all just kind of talking shit, and then his team versus your team. And
New York is really, really, really deep.
Yeah,
really deep in its basketball history.
Yeah,
really deep.
Yeah. I wanted to see that go down so bad. Like that's crazy. So, Lamar, what's a significant life lesson that you picked up from Kobe? I know you probably learned a lot of things from being around somebody like that, but just one or just like a few things that you learned that you can apply to your life away from the court.
Write your own checks.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
That's right.
A lot of dudes, we make all this money, and when you pay your bills and all that, you give it to somebody.
Right.
They could be feeling any numbers, putting this shit in the account.
Yeah. So was he very business minded?
Yeah, extremely. I think you've seen it more when he stopped playing. When he won the Oscar.
Right.
Of course, what he was doing with Body Armor.
Yeah.
What he's doing with
Oh shit! Yo, matter of fact, I got this right now. I was actually drinking this shit today. That's my second bottle.
Facts. The shit that he was excuse my language. The things that he was with the Mamba Academy.
Yep.
All this is monetary moves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All of them strategic, whether it's the real estate with the Mamba Academy, you know what I'm saying? All these strategic moves. And he told me, a grown man tell another grown man, this, don't afraid to be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you approach greatness, or you're not afraid to approach greatness, people that are not trying to be great, they ain't gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that are scared to be great, they ain't gonna fuck with you. And then most people that don't even want to be in same arena is greatness, because it scares most people.
Yeah.
To be great.
What connected you guys? Because you can tell when someone has like a brotherly connection together, and you can always tell it on the court or off the court between both of you, that there was it was more than just a teammate, and it was like that really early.
Yep.
Yeah, I think when you appreciate someone's talent, you can almost block things out. When you appreciate someone, you can appreciate the best part about them, and you can appreciate the worst part about them. And that's how I was with Kobe.
Yeah.
From day one. You know what I'm saying? I learned so much from them, man. I was the one of the dudes who, after he passed, was still calling his phone.
Right.
2 or 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
Right.
That's deep. Rest in peace to the great man. So Lamar, I know that you've always dabbled and dabbled in different business ventures. I remember during your career, I seen you say something about how you were trying to start a record label, but then Jay-Z told you, "Nah, man, you don't need to be doing that."
Say that.
Can you?
And I had an incredible rapper.
Yeah,
Ali Vegas.
Yeah, he was way before his time. And it was like a combination of Jay-Z and Nas together.
Right.
But he was a special kid. But I think he didn't really want to stress on what came on.
So Jay-Z telling you that, do you think that was really solid advice? Do you see where he was coming from as far as
but you know how rap is. Anybody that's in the business, if you got somebody like that telling you it might not be your time, you probably should listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what that was saying was it don't matter how good he is, in a sense. At the door, and it ain't open for you right now. It ain't open for you right now. But he gave good advice. He said, "Yo, Magic and them is going in. Yo, hello, you should be on the same track as Magic and them. They doing the real estate thing. You can't go wrong with that." And he's right. You can't go wrong with that. That little M that I wasted. I ain't gonna say I wasted, that I put that effort into making. Now I'm trying to make Ali Vegas a star.
Mm-hmm.
I would have. If I'd have put in the real estate, who knows what would have happened?
Right.
But so at that time, when I was really going hard with the music, my son just passed away.
Mm.
And so when my son passed away, God forgive me for saying this, but like I needed something else with basketball to kind of keep me going, because I was ready just to be like,
yeah,
I don't got the energy to do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of gave me a little extra energy at a time where I probably really needed it. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say that little million or whatever, or the money I wasted was really good, because it could have went to something very dysfunctional.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so what business ventures have been the most profitable for you? Like, what other business ventures did you eventually end up getting into that have been very profitable for you?
Well, right now I'm still trying to get this CBD deal, which I think will be really profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because with my playing years and my injuries and things like that. And right now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really working, trying to just take things as they come. Ready to let all these companies know that I'm ready to put the work in.
Right.
Did with a company called PHM. Mm-hmm. It's a mental health company.
Nice.
And collab with them. Mm-hmm. Mental health is a big deal. Of course, as you guys know, during this pandemic, a lot of people are choosing the wrong way to deal with stress. Mm-hmm. So we can help people, get up out that hole. I think it's funny that you say that, because I think I'm still, after surviving those 12 heart attacks and 6 strokes, I think I'm still kind of like really trying to find out,
That's crazy that you survive all of that.
Insane.
Like,
why I was scared.
Yeah, like you're clearly here for a reason, because that's a lot to go through, and to still survive. Because
when you detail it, I'm getting to the book. Let's say it again. New York Times bestselling author, Darkness to Light. You write this. Do you write it, of course, to like help people, but is it therapeutic for yourself too, to see it written down of the things that you did?
It's therapeutic for me, like even when it's the most painful.
Right.
When that slight pain is over, when that little storm is over, then I realize it's been very therapeutic. Mm-hmm. Because I've been through enough shit where, and there's a lot of stuff that I just got finished doing. Vlad's show.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just running down the whole shit that I've been through. And I'll be honest, I've been through most shit where, and then on top of the, messing around with drugs, I've been through most shit that probably would have drove most people crazy.
Right.
Or they would have stopped fighting. Mm-hmm. And however fighting me, whether to commit suicide or just go deeper into drugs, right, or really just go give all the way the fuck up. Mm-hmm. Whether what they've been through physically and then mentally, adding those two, mm-hmm, definitely enough to drive the strongest motherfucker crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So me being here, being able to conversate with y'all and not be high and, mm-hmm, and be present, I mean, that's like a real blessing to me. Right. Like I feel very triumphant.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can.
I'm saying, I can't make another dollar right now, but I know,
Yep.
I'm blessed just to be here, man. Just for another day of breath.
And
I can get hard. I can go fuck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. And you can tell the strength of a man, not just like what they've been through, but how they recover, what they do to get out of it, and what they do to also like help others. And obviously with this book, there's so much that people can relate to and learn from. What
I was telling Matt today, I get more satisfaction when people come up to me and tell me, "Yo, Lamar, man, the book was incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
Dark place, man, it saved my life." I get more satisfaction than that from when people say, "Oh, Lamar, man, you awesome, man. I remember you game 6 for a game, y'all did it up, man."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I'm sorry. But when you really show me that I changed your life through these words that I just put on these papers, that was my life. That really, it's a no-brainer.
What do you think is the most important chapter in that book?
I'm gonna say the start.
Yeah.
Was starting at the hardest part too?
Yeah, I think starting it was the hardest part. Not knowing where to start from.
Yeah.
Not knowing how much you want to give and when you want to give it.
So did you actually? So like you literally like wrote the book yourself, like from?
I sat there with the author. His name was
right.
With another author. I sat there with him and we just kind of chopped it up. Went through it.
Nice.
It was very therapeutic though.
Yeah. So Lamar, so we know you got this like celebrity boxing match coming up. What made you want to get into that? And by the way, this shouldn't, like the person that you're fighting, this shouldn't go past one round. You should,
motherfucking 4 seconds.
Like you should,
bro.
you know what I mean?
Over.
It's crazy though.
You should end this in the first round, to be honest.
When the opportunity came, I was like, celebrity boxing. I was almost offended because I was like,
right.
That's what like a lot of washed up,
yeah,
like athletes do, like celebrity boxing. I'm not really a boxer, but in my best days with the Lakers, I always use boxing as training. And I'm a huge boxing fan.
Yeah,
like huge. Hagler, Leonard, of course, Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Floyd. Like I watch, I can mimic them. I can get them all down pack and all that. And then there's the payday, right? Everybody knows fighters fight for a payday. So I can't turn that down. And it's so funny because I'm speaking to my managers. I'm like, celebrity boxing? Nah, I don't want people thinking I'm a broke athlete. I don't want, they came with the payday. Then I almost turned it down again when they told me who I was fighting. Like, how y'all gonna get people to watch this on pay-per-view? I'm not a believer.
Yeah.
But that's what they do.
Yeah.
They put these fights together. I'm gonna do what I do, which is be an athlete and take orders and be on time and make my money.
Yeah.
But I was a little disappointed in that too.
Yeah. Right. So are you currently training for it?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I love boxing so much that if I win this like conventionally, why not get another fight?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, because
convincingly it will be.
Yeah, because a lot of these kind of fights have been popping up. Like as far as like, like these like celebrity boxing matches. And even like yesterday, I think it was just confirmed that that Holyfield and Tyson are about to fight again, which that's about to be dope. But yeah, it seems like, like a new thing that's been popping up lately.
Right. Don't go out like Nate, bro.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying.
Don't go out like Nate.
That's what I'm doing it too, because when I first seen Nate lose to what's he lost to again? What's he lost to?
Your opponent and his opponent are a little different though, because you know what I mean. Like,
oh no, he's definitely not going out like that. But seeing Logan Paul now,
I'm definitely not going out like that. But Logan Paul was like, yo, how you do that to Nate like that?
Yeah.
But then I was thinking like, yo, if I do this in good fashion, like maybe Logan Paul, what up?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need some redemption.
Definitely some redemption.
You got to
it depends.
We need some redemption for the NBA.
I got to really feel, because I know, like, you could play basketball,
right?
You can shoot around in a park, but once you go onto the court, you put the lights on, and put somebody else in front of you,
right?
It's a whole different feeling.
Because people like to, because people on like Twitter and online, and people that might be killing it at their local 24-hour fitness or whatever, they might think that, oh yeah, like I can, beat such and such, beat.
I can play one. I can play. I could play. Nah, no, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the whole ambiance to everything.
I don't care if that I don't care if that pro player gets no minutes. You are not like that man is in the NBA. He is playing against those players every day. You stand no chance against him.
Yeah,
you know.
There's this clip right now that's like this 24-hour fitness player challenged like Brian Scalabrine to a 1-on-1. And Scalabrine's been out of the league, bro. It was 11-0, and the dude didn't get the ball once.
He's a professional player.
He was even if he doesn't play now.
You can't really.
Yeah,
can't really. But that's one thing with boxing. I don't know if Nate.
Yeah,
I caught up with it because this kid Logan Paul, he in it for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like you can't play boxing. You feel what I'm saying? Like even when you're dealing with a trainer, if your trainer is serious, the first thing he's gonna tell you is like, "Yo, when I get you sharp and ready, like you just can't be going around. Yo, come on, let's slap box and your whole train boxing, your whole disposition changes.
Yeah,
as a person, I'm not saying that you're more irritable, but you stand for less.
Mm-hmm.
You need more space as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, you just get a little bit more serious, focused.
Yeah. Do you still play basketball from time to time?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yep.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
And the reason why, because and this is a game that I love it.
Of course.
I could watch it. But to play it is it gets emotional for me because when I had the accident, you know what happens when somebody have a stroke, shit throws your whole equilibrium.
Right.
Everything gets thrown off. So you gotta understand, when I woke up from the accident, I couldn't walk or talk. Feel what I'm saying? Like I couldn't. How we conversating with you right now, I'm talking to you, I couldn't walk or talk. I couldn't stand on one foot for a long time. So I think, and what I was saying is, what came natural to me was my ball handling ability. I think it was taken away from me. And no, I know it was taken away from me. Like what came easy to me on the court, like just going between my legs, I'll throw the ball between my legs, it won't bounce up. Or I put it around my back, it won't, you know what I'm saying? And so that's frustrating to me. So in order for me to to play the game and remember how I was playing it, I would have to train. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have to dedicate myself to training for a little.
Yeah.
Do you watch a lot of those old games though? Even now?
Every game that I'm gonna go. What time is it? 4 at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna talk to the TV, NBA. I'm gonna see what I mean. I watch it 10 times more than when I was playing.
Okay.
College. I'm even thinking about trying to coach somewhere.
That'd be dope.
That would be. Yeah.
Shit, I mean, I've been, as far as basketball wise, I've been, grown up and played in New York City, and I've, played for Phil Jackson and Pat Riley. I don't know how many players play that.
Yeah. That's serious.
I'm with Phil and Pat.
Yeah.
So I know the game inside out. My natural position in the NBA, you probably would say, is power forward, but I came into the league playing like a point guard. So I know the responsibilities of every position on the court. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just probably waiting for a shot.
Yeah, I remember
in their organization with a coaching job.
Yeah, because we were really big fans of the Lake. Well, we grew up Laker fans, but especially like watching that time when like you and Kobe like made that championship run. You would always bring the ball up like a lot, and I remember seeing Kobe say something about you that you were kind of the one that kind of kept everybody together. So where does that come from? Like, where do you pick up those type of like leadership type of?
That's just that's a personality thing.
Yeah.
I've always loved football, and if you play football, you know how to give yourself up. If you're offensive, like this, you're a quarterback, you need a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a quarterback or a receiver, you need an offensive lineman.
Right.
See what I'm saying? They all got to work.
Yeah.
And together, and I think I kind of understood that in sports at an early age. Well, even whether it was two-hand touch football.
Right.
I knew how to rub this guy the right way to make him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Harder for the even just for the play.
Yeah.
Are you the same way in the business world as well? Like that same type of mentality to where you play that same type of position?
Yeah, but even in business, sometimes it don't work like that because money is told this shit will fuck shit up.
Right.
But I try to use and finesse my personality in the way I deal with people to try to get them to do what I want.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, it sounds like what you're saying too, is one thing sports like taught me, and obviously, and being our like the biggest basketball fans, Laker fans in general, but it taught me to like trust too, like teammates, and trust where they're going to be, trust that they know where I'm going to be, and things like that.
It's crazy that you say that because I think about Bean, and he would have been an incredible boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And the reason why I say that is because his lack of trust. Like he always felt like he needed to get it done.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was going to get it done.
Right.
95% of the times, his way was able to get it done until he ran into teams, like Boston.
Right.
Teams that had the concept of team play. Teams like Miami.
Yeah.
And teams like Utah. Where he realized that he needed to use us in a certain way to get past these.
The Suns, yep.
Yeah, Steve Nash teams, yep.
I hate that team.
Right.
Yeah. We were just man, I fucking hated that Rajah Bell, that Barbosa Nash team. Oh my God.
Yeah, like when I remember when the news first happened that you were coming over to the Lakers, man, I was like, yes, like we need, like, okay, like we making the right moves, like let's put these great pieces like around Kobe, like let's get this shit done.
Yeah.
So Lamar, what's the best advice that you can give to an athlete just getting drafted to the league?
Same thing Kobe Bryant told me.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to be great.
Don't be afraid to be great. Yeah.
It's going to create distance from you and the ones that are not trying to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And that distance that he creates might be the best thing for you in that one relationship.
Yeah. Yep.
If they're not on the same path as you, if they're not trying to get the same thing as you, peace, deuces.
How intense were those like practices and stuff? Because if you're someone who demands that type of greatness, it can make other people feel uncomfortable. But every time I seen like you out there on the court, just in general, you just always seemed like just like really cool, like you had everything under control. And Kobe even said that, like, yeah, Lamar is kind of like the guy that keeps everything together.
Like no stress.
Yeah. So,
but I knew what the I knew what the King regimen was.
Yeah.
I was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Even me being a good to great player, I was cool to fall in line. And it's too bad. Like a lot of NBA players have the reputation, like not to be they think it's weak to be a follower.
Yeah.
But it's really the great leaders follow because you gotta follow somebody. You don't know everything.
Well, because you're in a league like with basically just all alpha males who have all been the guy, their entire life, and now they get to this league to where it's just like now you playing with everyone who grew up the guy. Even
the guy has to follow.
Exactly.
Even how good Kobe was. At one point in Kobe's career, he had to follow Shaq.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then they go ways back and forth, but
exactly.
Somebody's gonna always have to follow. I'm pretty sure physically, if Shaq didn't follow somebody, even mentally,
right,
somebody was pulling him to the side. getting in his hair. You know what I'm saying? You understand how great and impactful of a player he was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure somebody was getting in his ear.
Exactly. Whether it was on or off the court, we don't know.
His father, Phil, somebody was talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Getting that.
Said that too before. Even like college coaches and shit, they would just like when he was being lazy, and he just like mentally wasn't there because he thought he could just rely on his size.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
somebody was always out here.
Right.
So you recently moved to Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now as we speak. As I speak to you.
Okay, great. How's that move been for you?
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Atlanta got a good vibe. Everybody's on the same game plan. Everybody living a great Black excellent life.
Yep. Yeah.
And you can't go everywhere and find people that are practicing Black excellence.
Exactly.
I think for our community is very important,
yep.
especially in these turbulent times. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Atlanta's been a spot. So are you currently like kind of setting up businesses out there as well, or are you?
I got some two managers. They're two women.
Mm-hmm.
They're called Savvy Girl Consultant, and now they're doing a great job with me, staying patient.
Yeah.
Lamar, we have actually a user submitted question here from mid90s.com and Timmy C.
Shout out to Timmy C.
Yes, sir. So he's actually asking. We touched on mental health a little bit, and the pandemic, like you had said, has led to such an increase in anxiety, depression, and just because of isolation. What are some of the daily routines that you recommend for those suffering that are looking for answers?
Keep your higher power in mind. Some things you got to give to God. Because we all in the same place right now. How long has the pandemic been going since?
Shit.
Over a year
Coming
now.
up, over a year.
Over a year.
Over a year. Like, we all going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Some things you got to give to God. Because don't nobody got the answer for this shit. I would never thought the day where my health will be at risk just by walking outside.
Yeah.
Right.
I know it's got to be driving the average person crazy.
Yeah.
Because really, we like, in a sense, we all, you know what jail will do to some people will fuck them up mentally.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And so we kind of all really been in jail this last year.
Well, except Atlanta, y'all been open.
It's been open, but it's open, but
yeah,
it ain't that open.
Yeah,
right.
It ain't that open. Anybody can still get that shit and still get sick.
So, as an athlete, and you have been taking supplements and regimens. Do you believe in taking like the vaccine?
Well, I'm a little different. I done survived 12 heart attacks and 6 strokes.
Right.
12 strokes and 6 heart attacks. So I'm gonna see things totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way you're gonna tell me that you're gonna give me COVID to get me better. That's what the vaccine does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm with.
I'm not going. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just saying. Right now, it's probably not the time for me to take it.
Right.
I got too much. I don't even want to get sick for those 2 or 3 days that you might get sick when you take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you 100%. I'm not anti it. I'm just personally not going to do it.
Right.
But yeah.
No.
It's definitely supposed to hit you pretty hard once you get that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
So Lamar, you did grow up in New York, the birthplace of hip hop. This is kind of a side note question. We're big hip hop fans. I just have to ask you, who is in your top 5 rappers all the time?
Jay, Nas, Big, Big Pun.
Yeah, that 5th one is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Wayne.
Nice.
Ooh, I like it.
There we go.
The reason why I'm gonna say Wayne, because his influence on the culture. Like even if you didn't get him, then you kind of realize all these, the Baby, Lil Wayne, and then everybody else's name is Lil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all get it because he was on top. You feel what I'm saying? So in rap, influence plays a big part.
Right.
And Wayne is a monster. He's still like
yeah, Wayne still gets busy.
Yeah. Like crazy.
Lamar, we're from out here on the West Coast, and
it's so funny because when I was at 5, I was playing back between Snoop and Ice Cube, who I wanted to put in.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? My we're from out here on the West Coast. Like I said, my biggest influence. I used to take my cousin's CDs and listen to them. And the first album that I heard all the way through, and I tell MB this all the time. We got to see him live a while back. It's Dark and Hell is Hot is my first album. DMX.
Yeah.
And it changed.
It's hard to like top 5.
Yeah.
It's like, where were you at?
Right.
What year? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When you started 85, 86, 88. When do you start in your top 10? It's so hard.
Yeah. The late 90s, but It's Dark and Hell is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh in the same year. Like those were 2 albums in the same year.
Yeah.
And that just, man, it was like.
How could I not have Eminem on that top 5? See what I'm saying?
Oh, the top 5.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. The only reason why I can't put Big in my top 5, because he's God flow. You know what I mean? Like God, like even you listen to him now, every single song, he didn't let up, like on his singles, like he never let up on anything, like the wordplay intricate, but he just had the unfortunate outcome. The body of work.
Right.
Literally, that's it. It's just 2 albums. Like that's literally it.
I get it. I get what you say. I get what you're saying by that. But I think that's one of the reasons why he
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Even if you think about the time between Ready to Die and between Life After Death, it's like 4 or 5 years go between it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't like Ready to Die and then Life After Death right after.
Yeah.
Ready to Die was 93 and Life After Death was 97.
Both flawless albums. Flawless.
So you got a guy that from 93, all he doing is probably putting out little leak singles until 97, and you really not, taking him off like who's the best list.
Yeah.
Even though it's 4 years that went by.
Right.
You still got guys like climbing the ladder.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a part of him being so great.
No, I hear you.
Testament.
Yeah, that's that's a great perspective. So Lamar, who did you learn more from, Pat Riley or Phil Jackson?
Oh man, it's too different. That's like yin and yang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got one guy that's balls to the wall.
You talking about Pat Riley?
Yeah, and then one guy that's
a Zen master.
Yeah, let me find out my flow around you, how to get a,
he played night games too with his players.
Yeah. One wants to take on a mixed amount of pressure. One is
wants to release it.
Right. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like you can't really both championship
coaches. Yeah.
Coach great players. I think the only difference between them as men, as a personality, Pat Riley wanted to create Miami, and when I think of Miami, I think of like a great college system.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Phil Jackson is the ultimate like professional. That's the wrong way of wording.
Well, we've heard stories about like the Miami
Heat lifestyle is more of a collegiate atmosphere.
Yeah, got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Phil Jackson's approach to it is you better know how to carry yourself as a professional.
Right.
Miami Heat's just, we're going to show you how to be professional.
Right.
Phil Jackson's, I hope you know how to be professional.
Yeah. Which style?
But with the same type of fatherly role that they're playing. Mm-hmm. They just discipline different.
Was it like that too off the court, or like even outside of basketball? Were you with that fatherly role even when basketball wasn't happening? Did you have a relationship with them off?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, two totally different. Again, two totally different people. So two totally different relationships. Pat Riley's more like hands-on with you. Mm-hmm. Phil, to figure it out, to let you know he knows what you're thinking. He gives you books to read according to your personality. You know what I'm saying? And how you act and respond, and off the court and on the court and off the court.
Yeah.
So they're the ways that they deal with you are totally different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So we seen on The Last Dance, the Chicago Bulls documentary, when they knew that the 97-98 year, they knew that was going to be their last year. At the end of that season, Phil Jackson had all the players like write like a poem or something, and then they put it in like a trash can, and then they burned it. Did that Lakers team, the 08, 09, 09, 010 team, did you guys ever do anything like really spiritual like that together as a team to kind of like commemorate the bond you guys had?
Well, all the time we meditated together.
Yeah.
So if you understand, meditation is like a form of prayer. So what he was doing, he's bonding us through prayer with no religion.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I didn't even realize that till like recently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's like that old grandfather that teaching you things and was teaching you things at 10 years old, and then at 20 years old, you're like, oh, that's what grandpa was teaching me.
So what? Okay, so you just realized that recently. So are you applying some of those mantras and stuff now that you kind of learned?
Oh yeah, because they live with you.
Yeah.
And so you applying them without even realizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Just by making everyday conscious decisions.
Yeah.
And then, but then too, that hard work, balls to the wall motto that Pat Riley, that I learned from him, that should have never leave me either.
Yeah.
It's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with it.
No,
they're both successful. They both changed men's lives.
Yeah. Which level would you want to coach at? Because you mentioned possibly get into it. Which level did you want to coach at?
It wouldn't even really matter.
Yeah.
I would say I'll probably high school or college.
High school, college. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you can like mold and kind of, shape their lives too, even if you see, all right, they're not going to play past this, level.
I would say high school and college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because NBA is too. But even though I feel like part of my personality is my strengths on dealing with others' personality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Whatever God got planned for me, I'm gonna be here and just living it.
Yeah.
I love it.
As long as I'm in a situation where I can make good sound decisions, man. I ain't getting high.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm for real when I say that.
Yeah. No, I believe
absolutely.
you. Yeah. So Lamar, for these last 5 questions, unless you had
no.
Cool. So Lamar, for these last 5 questions, these are very introspective questions, but you can just try to give us short answers. So Lamar, when was the last time that you pushed yourself outside of your comfort zone?
Oh man. Where I was in a situation where I had to push myself, and it was not usually in my.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be even you, I guess, just
I would say just kind of like just every day, because like I got this one friend, you know what I'm saying, and she's like, "You're so mean, you're so mean, you're so mean." And I'm like, I kind of almost took it as a compliment because people, no, seriously, because people like treat me like a pushover.
Right.
Yeah.
Like almost too nice, too inviting. You know what I'm saying? So I would say this transition and just like in boxing probably just made me like a little bit more confrontational every day confrontation. You know what I'm saying? Which I probably like shied away from.
No, I 100% agree with that too. Like just even like for myself, like because like I've always been like a super like nice person, which I still am. But then
believe me, this girl saying that, it ain't gonna make me think of no different to myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know how I rock.
Yeah.
But just to hear her say that about me was like a little like, oh, okay, maybe some things are changing. Like,
Exactly.
But for the good though.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't treating nobody bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, just not being a pushover and I guess people taking your kindness for weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lamar, so speaking of kindness, what was the last small act of kindness that you did for someone?
Small?
Yeah.
Oh man, now you want me to toot my horn a little bit.
Hey, that's what this is about.
No, that's a good question though. Something here came up. Oh, this is Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So this is home of the I don't want to say the panhandler.
Yeah.
So I had some change that I probably was going to just disregard. And I just gave it to him.
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah.
It was small. It was small to me. Might have been big to him.
Exactly.
I don't know how his day went. It might have been small to him according to how he did that day.
Right.
But I mean, it was small to me and I just gave it to him.
Yeah, especially if you knew that it was Lamar Odom that just gave it to him. Like, oh shit, Lamar Odom just gave me some money real quick.
Yeah.
So Lamar, what is one area of your life, whether that be your family life, your work life, your social life, your health, spiritual life, love life, whatever, that you feel that you need to give some more attention to?
Spiritual life.
Nice.
And me really verbally and in my actions, letting God know how grateful that I am.
Yeah.
You know how a lot of people be like, oh, they blowing smoke. Yeah, I'm happy to be alive and shit. They just blowing smoke.
Yeah. So
I have a really real real reason.
Right.
So do you
most people be happy to be alive?
So do you like pray every day and stuff like that?
You know what was so funny? I was taught, God, He knows what's in our hearts.
Yeah.
So even the days where I don't actually say it to Him,
He knows.
I think He knows how grateful I am.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk.
Yeah. No, 100%. So what is one good habit that you want to gain and one bad habit that you want to drop?
One bad habit I want to gain, I want to read more.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And probably smoke less marijuana.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
and when the season of Lent comes, you're supposed to give something up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I told myself I was going to try to cut down smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I haven't even really
cut down yet.
I haven't even really tried. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's get out what you put in, I guess, right?
That's it.
Well, shit, you are getting into the CBD business, so I guess you got to.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
a product.
Yeah, you got to taste. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bud deal too, a little bit.
Yeah. Do you have your own strand, or is that what you're working on? Is that like a goal of yours?
No, yeah, but I was speaking to Steven Jackson and Matt Bond.
Oh yeah, I seen that, by the way. Yeah,
yeah.
And they were like, you don't really want to start off with a strand.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start off with a brand. Whatever the brand may be.
Yeah.
I got to give that some thought. And when I give that some thought, I'll try to work up a plan to see how I can do that. I'm tired of paying for bud too.
The LOOG. I got a ring to it. There you go. The LOOG.
Ooh. And I've moved to LA when I was 19 years old.
Yeah, with the Clippers.
Yeah, so I know about, good smoke.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm really like trying to pay. I'm tired of paying for it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, especially like if I'm getting hit in the head, like
Taxes.
If they telling me that it's supposed to be like this, but it's really like this.
Yeah.
You tell them you got grade A, but it's like you got the C effect.
Yeah, because I know like some of like the big like advocates for marijuana, they don't even pay for weed. Like I remember like Wiz Khalifa when he was first coming up, he was saying that he spends like 10 grand on weed. But recently he said that he hasn't paid for weed in years just because he's just
because when you get big like that, though, you know
exactly.
First of all, he's so big and popular for smoking weed. He probably could just roll up anywhere.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and they're just
say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, where's the weed?
Yeah.
Exactly. So well, this isn't really like a smoking show. We don't even like me and Tim don't smoke. But I gotta ask you this: like, who's someone that you would want to smoke with besides Snoop Dogg? Because everybody says him, and I feel like everybody has smoked with Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Too Short.
Ooh,
I like that
shout
one.
out to the Bay. Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't.
Me too. I seen Too Short do some things, but I ain't never seen him smoke. But.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Lamar, what is your overall purpose?
I don't know, bro. I think honestly, I'm probably still in search for that.
Nah, that's real.
I love that
That's
answer.
real.
Yep.
Yeah. Because not everybody knows their
Right.
their purpose yet for real.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
I would say to try to get this fatherhood role thing down, and then I don't know, but I know I'm probably definitely destined to be a great father one day.
Yeah. Wait, so you have kids now, right?
Real answer.
Yeah, my daughter is 22.
Nice.
And my son is 19.
Okay. Yeah.
But, I'm gonna be honest with you. Through so much time went by from playing, of course, and then bad decision makings off the court.
Yeah.
That relationship is not as healthy as it should be.
Got you. Yeah.
But I don't mind saying that I'm at fault to that, and I don't mind putting in the work to make it better.
Yeah. No, that's real.
A lot of people are afraid to confess like what's the obvious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's real.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could be honest with that situation.
Right.
With the fatherhood situation, I wish I could be a better father at all times.
Yeah, like through your time as like being like a public figure, you've always been like very like introspective and just honest about all like your faults. Cause some of your lowest moments have been publicized. And then it just seems like you kind of never like shied away from that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's real like respectable.
That's definitely like the realest answer.
Yeah. Because people can learn from that. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people that are in your position and that have amassed this type of like fame and this type of wealth, but they try to like run from certain things that probably a lot of them are dealing with because you're living this certain type of lifestyle and then you might get caught up in certain type of things. But but the only way to get through it is by being honest. So that's very commendable. So
I love it.
So Lamar, please leave us with some final words and tell us what we should look forward to from you.
We should look forward to commitment to persistence.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There you go.
Nope.
Well, Lamar, we appreciate you.
Bro, 100%, man. We can't thank you enough for coming on. This has been our pleasure.
Yo, we just had Lamar Odom on our show, bro. We're big Lakers.
This is just a dream, man. I'm gonna go once we're off, man. I'm gonna go jump up and down and shit. But yeah, this has been incredible, bro. We've like MB said, we've been big fans for a long time, and having you on and getting to know you even more, man. It's really been a pleasure, bro. So thank you so much for coming on.
So, bro, I appreciate you guys, and hopefully I get to see you soon in the West.
Absolutely,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yes,
thank
sir.
you so much, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for everything,
you,
man. We'll be in touch. You're the best.
It's all good, my guy.
Salute, bro,
Yes,
on everything.
Later.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, too.
Right.